Hi friends, I'm Satish Rawal and today I'm going to explain how to answer a question, right? Most of English learners get confused and they tense, right? They become tense. How to answer a question? But the rule is so simple. Actually, answers are in the question. As a matter of fact, answers are in the question, right? I have written 5 examples on the board and I'm going to give you instruction how to use and how to answer a question. The first sentence I have written here is, what do you do? Actually, before I explain, I would like you to know about identification of tense. Means whenever a question is being asked, first thing you keep in mind that to identify that question, that what tense it is. If it's a present simple tense or future simple tense or past simple tense or any other tenses, right? So first thing you have to do is to identify tense. The second thing, begin with a proper word. When people ask you some question, you start with I or they or he or something like that. That's a rule. Third one is, it's a trick, actually it's not a question. When people ask you questions, you are supposed to say I. When people ask you question, you have to suppose, right? That's what I've given. That's why I've given 5 examples on the board, and that is going to be clear, right? The first one is, what do you do, right? So suppose the answer person who is giving answer, first you say you are starting answer from here, right? So you becomes I study English. You answer like that, I study English. Why you are writing I study English? Why you are not writing I am studying English or I have studied English? Because the question is in simple present tense. What do you do? It's a simple present tense question. Similarly, if example number 2 you see, what does your father do? Right? It's a dash question. That means again it's a simple present tense question. In that situation, you are writing he instead of father. You are saying he works for Reliance Industries. He works for Reliance Industries. Right? Here you see what you do. You have done here that instead of name you are using pronoun. That's the correct way of speaking, no problem. Then again you are using the present verb because the question is present simple tense. He works for Reliance Industries. The third example is, what did you have for breakfast today? Here you see I have mentioned here did. This simply means it's a past tense question. That means people want to know, the people who is asking this, people who are asking this question want to know what you have done, what you have eaten, right? Okay, so it's a past tense question. What did you have for breakfast today? Then you are again like you have done here you becomes I. So here you are writing I. Then since it is a past tense question, you are saying had, you are not saying have. This is the mistake people make mistake here. Right? This is the mistake people make here, right? So you have to write this, what did you have for breakfast? You are saying I had some biscuits and coffee for breakfast. So here instead of why question, you are putting some biscuits and coffee. That is the objects that you have consumed. So you are writing that I had some biscuits and coffee for breakfast. See, the situation is very easy. When people ask you question, you have to identify tense first. After identifying, you have to understand how to begin that answer. The next example is, what will you do? Actually there should be do, it's a missing word. What will you do after graduation? That's the question people asking you. What will you do after graduation? And you are answering like that. Instead of you are saying I will join Indian Army. That is the answer. So you are, since it is a will question, it's a simple future question, you are answering future simple question, right? Will. So instead of will, you are saying will. In place of will, you are saying will. So what will you do after graduation? I will join Indian Army. The last one is, how far is the airport from here? So the question is, how far is the airport here, right? Okay. So in place of airport, you are using the word it is 7 kilometers away from here. So see, it's a question, people ask you distance, you are saying kilometers, or sometimes in people you also use miles, miles instead of kilometer. Okay. Hope you have found this lesson interesting. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe. And if you have already subscribed to my channel, my friends, don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.